Hi, this is Freddy.
And this is Marky.
We are here to help you play the best games at the lowest possible price.
For this week, we actually have a few announcements to make, so please stick around until the end of the video to find those out.
And with that being said, let's get started.
Target is going to kick off our sales for PlayStation this week, and we've got a good one to start. We've got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order hanging out at $19.99, dropping down from its price of about $40. Now, this is a great way to get a hold of a game if you've been looking to dip your toes into the kind of Dark Souls style of combat. Now, when I say Dark Souls, I don't mean that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is extremely difficult. It is in that same vein, but not difficult at all. It's completely approachable. It's got multiple difficulty options to explore too. And of course, Star Wars is as big as ever right now. It's a fantastic game that tells the story in between what happened during Order 66 and Episode 3 and between Episode 4. So you can get a little bit more insight on how the Empire was just starting out. And I want to bring this up because there was a recent report saying that I guess Respawn Entertainment is not done with the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order series as it speaks. So it looks like we might be seeing a sequel or something along the line in the near future. So what better way to jump into it and get started on a pretty great action game, a single player action game at that. So try out your lightsaber combat and check it out for an all new low price.
Following up on Marty's, remember whenever you use Target, remember to use the red card to get 5% off. And also you can, if you have Amazon credit card, you can also get 5% off from there. And you can price match with Target. So this way you can use whatever give you the most discount. All right, following up, this time we have on PlayStation Store, we have a game that is called What Remains of Edith Finch. The game is currently on sale for $5.99, dropping all the way from its regular price of $20. The game is about a girl who decided to go back to her childhood home after all the members of her family passed away under some mysterious conditions. So you'll be exploring the house, hoping that you can find the truth of what happened to each one of the family members. The game shines in the way it presents the story to you. So instead of watching a cinematic scene of what happened, you'll find yourself playing as each character of the family, putting yourself in their shoes and understand what happened in the last moment of their lives. Each of the family members will also have a unique story and gameplay, and I feel the story has a lot of depth and discusses the life of a family that believe in superstitions and give you an opportunity to interpret what happened without mixing the realities with imaginations. One thing that I didn't like is that I want you to be aware that the game is short, maybe 4 to 5 hours max. However, the house is designed with a lot of attention to details. For those who love exploring and has plenty of rooms and mystery to unveil, they will definitely enjoy it. The game was part of PlayStation Plus maybe 2 years ago, so check your PlayStation Store library before you buy it. And also keep watching to see if there are some coupons that might be applicable to your purchase. We will mention those throughout our video.
If you've been enjoying the video, don't forget to hit the like button, also subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications while you're at it.
Also, by subscribing, you will help our channel grow and it will help you get the deals before they expire. All right, with that being said, let's also continue for more deals.
We've got another PlayStation deal hanging out over at Amazon. This one's for Mortal Kombat 11, the Ultimate Edition. Both the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 version, actually. Normally, you can get it for about $60, but actually it's down to $24.99. Now, this is the best way to play Mortal Kombat 11. It is the definitive edition. All the guest characters, all the combat packs, all the costumes, even the Aftermath story expansion, all in one package for you. Of course, Mortal Kombat 11 is now the pinnacle of Mortal Kombat combat. Pun intended. And it's, of course, extremely gory, very silly fatalities, and a lot of guest characters to explore. From Spawn, the Joker, RoboCop, all the way to Rambo even. It's crazy. And honestly, you have to see it for yourself if you want to explore it. It's even got a pretty well in-depth story mode, at least as well put together as any fighting game story mode can be. You've got a lot to see and a lot to explore, and heck, a lot of different explorations of characters as well. And a way in messing with time, and different enemies and different bad guys rather can become good guys, and good guys can become bad guys. It's definitely worth a shot. And you can get all of it for just $25. And honestly, it's one of the best ways to get a really big fighting game, especially if you own a PS5. The 4K textures and the loading times are fantastic, and it's one of the best looking games out there. So if you haven't given it a shot already, I highly suggest it at this price.
A lot of broken bones in Mortal Kombat. Anyway, the next game we have is Onimusha Warlords for $7.99 on PlayStation Store, dropping all the way from its regular price of $20 to $25. This is basically a hash and slash type of game that takes place in the samurai era. The original release of this series was back in the 2001 during the PlayStation 2 era. Onimusha was very famous back in the days because of the game had a good formula that combined the fast hash and slash with a gameplay that require you to think fast and solve puzzles that require some skills. The game is remastered, but in my opinion, it's half remastered. I feel Capcom made a good effort in upgrading the characters and faces and some of the cinematics to HD resolution, but it didn't touch the actual feels, so it's kind of a mix of HD and PlayStation 2 resolution level. Luckily, Capcom made up for it in the gameplay. For example, it added the option of using an analog stick for movement in comparison to using the D-pad in the original game. So now moving your character is much more smoother and intuitive, which would ultimately lead to a better and accurate fighting moments. Also, when it comes to fighting, the mechanics still emphasize positioning, the attack timing, as well as knowing when to block the incoming hits. Frame rates are also steady, which is critical to have in a game like this that is always fast-paced. The story is about 6 hours, so in my opinion, it was not worth the full price tag of $20 or $25. But getting it at $8 is definitely a fair price for a classic legendary game with a lot of nostalgia. Capcom, the publisher, has kept the series dormant for more than a decade, and in my opinion, the publisher wanted to test the waters with this title to see if it's worth investing in reviving a full new Onimusha game in the future. In this video, I already mentioned 2 deals on PlayStation Store, but to make the deals even better, Cash App has a coupon that you can use that give you 15% off. To learn more about it, check the description below.
All right, we actually got a couple announcements coming your way. We actually have received a little bit of feedback from you guys, and we're actually going to be making a few upgrades and some changes to get you more deals. So, of course, thank you for your feedback. It's allowed us to make these changes. Our first one is that we know that there's a lot of smaller term flash sales and things that happen at various stores and retailers all over the place. So we were happy to let you know that we are actually going to be keeping up on those sales and posting them up on our channel as YouTube stories. So if you're subscribed to us, or if you haven't yet, you should, so that way you guys can keep up to date on the various stories that we'll be posting to keep you guys up to date on some really quick sales so that you can jump on them and save even more money. Our second announcement is that we now have finally put together a gaming input Twitter. We have the handle in the video, and I'm also going to put it in the description below. But of course, whenever we upload a new video, or when we catch wind of funny flash sales or really quick offers, we can post it that way. So if you're more of a Twitter person, you can check us out and still not miss out on any of the fantastic deals that we have. Of course, I will put the Twitter handle up. You can check us out that way too. So if you have any time, feel free to check us out on Twitter.
Yeah, the story posts are going to help you catch up on deals that are very short term. For example, last weekend, Best Buy had the flash sale on all best PlayStation 4 deals. And unfortunately, because recording takes time, we couldn't make a deal about it. We couldn't make a published video about it. So now having this story will help you keep you guys updated with everything. All right, some more honorable mentions for this week. It's also PlayStation Store, which means it's also a digital game. The first game we have is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for $20, dropping all the way from $40. The next one is Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle for $10. World War Z, $7.50, also a great deal. Genesis Alpha 1 for $10. And the last one I would like to mention is Street Fighter V for $7.99. Street Fighter was also part of PlayStation Store or PlayStation Plus deals, so make sure you check your library first. I would also like to mention that Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is part of PlayStation Collection, which means if you own PlayStation 5, you should be able to get it for free. You don't need to spend any money.
Don't forget, a lot of the sales that we've mentioned in previous videos are still applicable. So if you got some time, we put together in a playlist for you. You can check out some of our older videos and find even more games to save money on. Of course, the deals that we found this week are on the PlayStation Store, Amazon, and Target. We did do a look at GameStop and Walmart, but sadly we couldn't find anything that was really worth mentioning. So these are the deals we got for the moment, but of course we'll always keep them around for any future sales.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments if you played any of the games that we mentioned.
And of course, we're going to be posing the same question. Do you like us discussing a few of the games on sale with a lot of details, or did you want us to cover more games with less details in one sitting? Please let us know.
Thank you, and be sure to check our channel next week for more deals.
See you next week.